All right, good morning, fellas. It is Saturday. I think it is, as I look at my watch here, Saturday, February 5th. I'm just going to take you guys along the ride for what I typically do in terms of my long weekends. I've got a 14-mile run that I've got to do today. It's going to probably take me about 2 hours, maybe a little bit less than that, but I'm running actually a little bit behind my normal schedule. Normally I run a little bit earlier in the morning, but I decided to go and sleep in. So I'm gonna get warmed up here with some dynamic stretching. You probably won't see I'm actually doing some hip activation and gonna take you along with me for the ride once I get fully warmed up. Until then, I'll take you with me. All right, I'm now fully warmed up here. Took a few minutes and I realized that I forgot my heart rate strap. So now I'm gonna wait for, well, looks like the GPS is ready. Again, I'm going 14 miles, relatively easy for me. Roughly a little under, hopefully under 820 pace. But we'll kind of see, I'm just gonna go on feel and more focus on that because I've got a long day ahead of me. So till then, well, here we go, starting to run. Once I get hooked on here, there we go. And filming also keeps me accountable for seeing how I do, and there we go. So I'm going to take you along with me for the Burke Gilman trail going westbound, and gonna go 7 miles out and 7 miles back, and take you along with me for the ride. Alright, I'm a little past halfway. Got 7 miles to Kenmore, aka 7 miles back home. A little more than an hour and 2 minutes in. So I still got a little under an hour to go. But so far feeling pretty good to say. A little bit cloudier than I thought, but for the most part, it's been a pretty good long ride, or I should say run here. And paths are a little bit wet still from last night's rain, but I expect the sunshine to pop in a little bit later this afternoon. And from that, yeah, I'm just going to continue on with the rhythm, keep myself relaxed, and continue the rest of this long on the way back, and still keeping a zone 2 pace as well as heart rate, though probably spiking as I'm talking here. And then after we're done with the run, then I got an athlete I've got to go and coach up to help him with his swim. So you'll see me in a bit once I'm done there. But until then, yeah, I've got another hour to go, so I gotta keep rolling. All right, we are now done. 14 miles. That was a nice, good long run there. Let me go ahead and stop this watch here. Give me just a second. All right, well, we're done with 14.5 miles, a little faster than I thought. Well, there you go. That's the long run. Although I'm filming my car because I'm on my way over to coach Nathan for his swim. Overall, the run was pretty solid and natural soreness. Nothing that's unusual, nothing that's out of the ordinary. Good cadence overall, and just started to see some of the other athletes that I'm coaching with some of their results, and they're starting to see some progress. And so overall, very good start to the day, but we got to head over to the pool. So I'll see you there. We have arrived at the Coal Creek YMCA. I'm about to coach a swimmer here. Once I get outside the door, wait a minute, I have double sunglasses. Oh, what a day so far. Let me get my mask. And we're gonna coach this athlete out here who's walking up with me. Gonna work on his technique a little bit. And like I said, we're at the Coal Creek YMCA. I'm kind of filming folks for what the day is like for me, and I just ran my 14.5 long miles this morning. So we're gonna coach Nathan for this swim. So with that, see you guys in a bit. All right, I finished coaching Nathan for his swim, and certainly was a little bit longer than I had anticipated in terms of the overall session, but that's okay. And overall, a lot of work to be done, but a lot of improvements that I've already seen with him. And now that we're done with the swim portion, I've got a little bit of grocery shopping, as well as what is a much needed lunch for me to go and consume. So I've got to go out and grab a little bit of grub before I start basically passing out for the day, because I've had literally no caloric intake aside from what was a little bit of a breakfast and then 2 bars. So got to go and get myself some food. Once I'm done with that, a little bit of grocery shopping, which I typically don't like doing on the weekends, but I'm out and about, so I'm just like, well, what the heck. Even though we are with COVID and Omicron and all that, I'm gonna have to basically go in and out as quick as I can. But then as soon as I get back home, then I've got my bike ride to do, which is just another half-hour easy spin. So not really going and doing anything that's super intensive. So until then, I'll catch up with you once I get back home and start the bike and take you through the rest of my day. Well, there you go. You have the bike ride, and it was a long day, I have to say, but now you know what happens, at least on Saturdays. Now, typically these bike rides that are half an hour will extend out to an hour once I start to get into the second part of the build. But for right now, half an hour ride after a 14-mile long run is, that's just enough, and as well as a swim. So then you also were able to see Nathan, and I had to do a little bit of work, but we're starting to see some initial progress, although there's a lot of progress to be had there. And that's basically it for the Saturday. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification, as always, to beat the YouTube algorithm. And of course, until then, I'll see you in the next one.